Okay, very good. Um, okay, very good. Well, good morning to all of you, and it's good evening to me. It's actually right now 10 minutes after 6 p.m. last night. I'm in Stanford University, sitting in my home and teaching from Stanford. I really am excited to be with you. My name is Dr. Stephen Long, and I'll be teaching this class on financial literacy and freedom. Many weeks we'll be in this class together, and I'm going to try to make it exciting. I try not to be boring. I don't like to be taught by boring teachers, and I don't want to be one either. I've been teaching at Chongyun University for many years. My wife and I lived in Taiwan for off and on for over 20 years, and I've flown back and forth from Los Angeles or San Francisco to Taiwan 76 trips now to come there to encourage people and to speak in churches and to teach in universities. The longest time I was in Taiwan was about 5 years. One length of time for about 5 years. But most of the time it's 1, 2, or 3 months and then back to the States to recover from the humidity and the heat. Summertime in Taiwan is very warm compared to here. Stanford never gets hot like Taiwan does. You have to wear a jacket. Even today, this morning when we got up, it was almost freezing. It was very cold. And I started enjoying teaching at Chongyun and also Donghua in Hualien and Donghai. Let me think what year. 2008 is when I started teaching. And so it's been a really, really good time of teaching. This is financial literacy class is going to be really good because it's not going to be what you've heard before. I don't think you've heard some of the subjects that we'll be covering. Before we teach, I'd like to get to know you as students and also your English proficiency a little bit by speaking. And don't be afraid if you don't understand me too well. You will get used to me, and hopefully you'll understand the English much, much better by the end of the class. And that's one of the reasons I teach in English, is because I want you to learn English better. The other reason I teach in English, my Chinese is really bad, and so I have to be careful. Even if I ask to go to the bathroom in Chinese, somebody will direct me to something else because I'm just not very good at speaking Chinese yet. Maybe another 10 or 15 or 20 years I'll be better. So I'd like to see, let's see, we have quite a few people here. It looks like we have 25 in this class, and that's exciting. I wonder if we could get a microphone and about 10 of you tell me who you are and why you're in this class and where you're from. And then after the break time, we'll do another 10 or 15. So maybe Mattia could Shani or Cindy, if you could take a microphone and so I can hear them. I'd love to hear where they're from and their name and why they're in this class.
Do you want to pick the name, or should I do it?
You just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
可是刚才我刚敲没有声音。那有人要自愿先讲的吗？没有吼。那我就叫名字。 Leo 在哪里？哦，你也太后面了吧。好，你站起来。为什么？
And they can just take the microphone and give it to the next person, and the person can tell me their name and why they're in the class and where they're from.
My name is Leo, and I chose this class because nothing. Mm, 差不多是这样。那个 computer science.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Coco and my major is finance, so I chose this class.
Welcome.
My name is Jason, and my major is physics. And
Good.
yep, I come from Taiwan. Yeah, that's it.
Good.
My name is Evan. My major is civil engineer. I chose this class because I have some little interest in for this. Thank you.
Good.
Hi, my name is Jester. I choose this. I major is civil engineer. I choose this class because I need some ability if I go to a company.
Very good.
Hello, my name is Jerry. My major is civil engineer. Come on, Taiwan. Thank you.
My name is Tony and I major civil engineering.
Okay. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Patrick. My major is civil engineering too. Thank you.
My name is Michael. My major is chemical engineering. Because I want to improve my English. Thank you.
Very good.
My name is Mike. I chemical engineering. I want to prep my English. Yeah.
My name is Teresa and I'm a design student and I'm come from Indonesia, and I chose this class because my friend recommend this class to me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shelly and I'm majoring in international business. I chose this class because this class is using in English, and yeah, I heard a lot of recommendation and from another people, so yeah.
Good.
My name is Yogi. I came from Indonesia. I majored in international business, and I chose this class because it might fit with my interest. Yeah, thank you.
Good.
My name is Crystal. My major is bioscience technology, and I want to learn a little about financial. Thank you.
My name is Amber. I major psychology. I chose this class because I have interest.
My name is Maurice, and my major is information management information system. And I think that this class it must be interesting. Thank you.
My name is Roy, and I'm major in foreign language and linguistics. And the reason that I took this class is because I am interested in financial things. Thank you.
Hello, Professor. My name is Anne, and I'm majoring in accounting. And last time I chose your leadership class, and I think it's interesting, so I choose again.
My name is Julie, and I major in finance, and I hope to improve my listening. Thank you.
My name is Lucy. I major in civil engineer. The reason I chose this class is because I want to improve my English.
My name is Sarah, and my major is accounting, and I choose this class because it related my major, and I wanted to improve my English.
My name is Andy, and my major is mechanical engineering. And the reason I choose this class is because I want to improve my listening ability.
My name is Ze Chen. I am an exchange student, and my major is accounting. The reason I choose this class because in my primary school it's very hard for us to have a chance communicate with foreigner maybe, and I'm very interested in this class. Thank you.
My name is Ren, and my major is special education. I want this class because I want to improve my English.
My name is Eva, and I don't know how to say my major. 就是你们知道应用华语怎么讲吗？Teaching Chinese as second language, and I want to improve my English ability. Thank you.
My name is Gary, and I'm majoring in accounting. And I choose this class because I'm interested in financial, and I want to improve my English ability too. Thank you.
I'm Jeremy, and I'm majoring in electrical engineering, and I want to choose these classes since I want to improve my English.
My name is Sandy. I'm majoring in landscape architecture, and the reason why I want to choose this class is because I want to learn some financial knowledge, and I want to improve my English. Thank you.
Hi, hello. I am Winnie, and my major is teaching Chinese as a second language, and I chose the class because I want to improve my English. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shirley. My major is teaching Chinese as a second language. I'm interested in financial, so I choose this class. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Si Hui. I choose this class because I want to learn more finance.
Hello, my name is Cindy, and my major is biomedical engineering. And then why I choose this class is
I want to improve my English and I want to learn some financial knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. What a good class. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Well, my name is Dr. Stephen Long, and I will tell you why I like to teach after the break time, not until then. What I want to do is start just giving you a little understanding of what we will be doing this semester. And this is the overview of the class. And again, I encourage you to stay. If your English is not as good as you want it to be, stay and practice, because it's good to learn English from somebody that speaks English like me, but also when you're in small groups together discussing things, you can speak in English and actually start working in English a little bit. It'll help your language apprehension. And it's very, very good to have some of the business school and the ones that want to do international business practice your English a lot. Now, the reason I say that, if you can speak Mandarin Chinese and English, how many % of the world can you speak to? And you could type in your answer if you want to. Just guess if you don't know, but how many % of the world can you speak to if you know Mandarin Chinese and English? And I'll give you a few minutes to just say what you think, and then I'll tell you what it is. Okay, now let me tell you, one person in here has it exactly right. Hui, Susui, she said 92%. That's exactly right. I was amazed when I heard that, but in fact, if you can speak Mandarin Chinese and English, you can speak and communicate with 92% of the world. What does that mean? It means you're marketable. The more you can understand and speak English and Chinese, the more you're marketable to anywhere. So you can go anywhere in the world to do business or any other thing that you want to do. It's just amazing. And if you add Russian and Spanish to that, you almost have 100%. So it's very encouraging to me. I know a little bit of Chinese, but I need some of you Chinese teachers to help me, probably. Okay, let's start the overview of the class. Okay, I always start with telling you that you're going to get a good grade in this class. When I teach leadership, I tell the students that everybody will make an A. Is that true? Yes, if they work hard, but inevitably there will be at least 1 or 2 people that do not make an A. They might make a B or something like that. I try to grade fairly, but I also try to not put pressure on you. I think it's important that you learn from a class And so what I try to do is make the class as non-pressure as possible so that you can actually learn and retain what you've learned. And so instead of a test or a quiz at midterm, we're going to write a paper. And it'll be a little challenging because I want you to write it in English. And I'll discuss this paper for just a minute. It's a large written assignment that'll be turned in, and it can be between 5 and 10 pages in English, about 1,000 words for each 5 pages. So if you do a 10-page report, it's going to be 2,000 to 2,500 words. And I'll show you, or I'll talk about that for just a minute. But then after the final will be an exam, and it will not have too many questions. It'll probably have one question from each class that you sit in with me. And I'll pick the questions, and then I might say something when I'm in class like, oh, you probably should want to know this really good, or something. So each class there will be something that we want to talk about that's going to probably be on this final evaluation. So if you listen, and if you take notes, and if you listen to the way I emphasize things, you'll know what's on the test. Okay. And if you don't listen, you won't know what's on the test, but I want you to get a good grade, so please listen. Okay. Now, every 2 weeks, you will have a one-page paper, short paper, a few paragraphs, and each one of these little papers will be 1%, which will give you 9%. Now, I want them in English. And I also want to tell you, I do not grade Chinglish. If your Chinese coming into English is not very good grammar, I don't mind, as long as I know what you're trying to say. I don't give you a bad grade for grammar. However, I will correct your grammar so you can read your paper and do it better the next time. And these little papers can be on any subject within finances. But what I would suggest is that you would write these one-page papers on something from that week that you've got out of this class. And if you have any questions for me, you can send them to me, and I'll put my email down here right now. And you can ask any question, but please try to type it in English so I can understand it. I use Google Translate. But it's crazy. And so it's better if I can get an English question. And you can ask questions like, how old are you? You look like you're the age of my great-grandfather. But anything like that. But anyway, I will answer your questions hopefully quickly. And then all your papers can address the subject in the classwork and from the reading or financial reviews or on the internet. Now, it's very important that on every paper you write, you do it in a very important way, a very good way. Here's what your papers must contain. So you'll have a copy of these things, I hope, and if not, you can take notes right now. The papers, first of all, you have to have a title page. The title page will say the name of the paper. It'll say the school's name, your ID number, the professor's name, that's me right here, Dr. Stephen W. Long, and Financial Literacy and Freedom, the course name, the year and date. And I would, a funny thing that happens, you notice my name is long. People that don't know me think I'm Chinese. You know, Stephen Long. Longbos. And so it's really funny. When people come to pick me up at airports, they walk right past me thinking they're looking for a Chinese named Long. Okay, now the semester overview. Let's talk about it. This is what a typical 10-page paper will have. The introduction is 1 page. In the introduction, you're going to want to say what you're writing about and why. Then the body of the work is about 6 pages, and this is either research you've done or things you've found on the internet and you cut them and paste them, things like that. And then you want a 1-page conclusion where you're saying, because of this body of work here, I conclude that this is important, or whatever you say. And then you want to give your final thoughts. What does this mean? Now, you also want to have a bibliography. And that bibliography only needs to be 1 page. So here you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages. This little red note is the most important note of the whole class. No plagiarism will be tolerated. Does everybody know what plagiarism is? If you did not create and write what you're quoting, then you have to cite the place that you got it from. Now, if you don't put the citation and put the thing in the bibliography, what you're saying to me is that you wrote this piece. The problem with that is you cut it out of the internet, you paste it on, you did not write it, you just cut and pasted it. And so if you cut and paste, be sure you tell me where you got it from. And you do a citation, a little number, and then at the back of your paper you put a bibliography, and then that little number will have the web page and the date that you got it from, or the book that you got it from. Now, please remember this, because if you do plagiarize in the United States, you will be kicked out of the university. It's very serious because it is stealing somebody else's words. And so what we have here is that you will get an F for the class if you plagiarize. So please, 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 please don't do that. If you do borrow information from somewhere, tell me where you got it from, and then I also want you to interact with it. Don't just cut and paste, but I want you to talk about why you included this in your paper. Do you agree with it, or are you disagreeing with it? Something like that. Okay, I don't mind you using resources from the internet, from books and other sources, but be sure you don't plagiarize. And also be sure you tell me if you agree with it and why, or if you disagree with it and why. A little more of this class overview. We're going to just really quickly go over the subjects for the weeks. Starting next week, we'll look at today, actually, starting today, we have the overview of the course. That's what we're doing. Next week, we'll do a basic understanding of finances. It's so good to do that. I'm just enjoying it. Now, I see that it's the date is not there. Your TA can correct this by next week and get the dates. Or she can tell you, okay, thank you. All right, now the third week is basic knowledge and history of money. Where did money come from? Where did NTs come from? And where did using gold or silver as money come from? And what other forms of money are there? Then the next one, the next week, week 4, is going to be a starting talk about budgeting. Did you know that one of the most important subjects for married couples is budgeting? Some marriages end in divorce because of budgeting problems. 5, wants versus needs. We will discuss that. Number 6 is savings and spending. What do you save and why? And what do you spend your money on and why? Number 7, income versus wealth. It's very different when you know what income is and what wealth is. 8, we want to revisit giving. This is one of the most important subjects I've ever taught, is about giving, and it unlocks the ability to receive. Next one is financial wisdom. Now, starting with this class, week 10, how does advertising influence your expenses? After that, we'll have financial resources. Because they're limited, we need to know what to do with them. Learning shopping lists. Week 12, we'll discern want from need. This is like number 2. This is digging deeper. Building a habit of spending your money wisely. Week 13, learning how to set a savings goal for the end of the year. And then why share? Why give money to charity? Why donate? Week 15 and 16, we will be talking about interest, and then the next week we'll talk about compound interest. We'll talk about diversified investing. And then we'll talk about deferred compensation, not getting paid for a long time, or having tax-free deferred compensation. We'll also be talking about professional advice. And then we'll talk about retirement. I'm not sure retirement is in my language. I want to just stay teaching and doing what I'm doing now till I die. And then this is the end of our class this week, but your TA will take you through and make sure she has all your names. I would like to have each one of you write me one paragraph and send it to me as an email. And what I want you to tell me in the paragraph is, what is your goal for this class, and what type of financial things do you want to talk about? And now I'm going to let you go with your TA, and she can work with you a little bit. And then we will come back together next week. Hama? How? Okay. I will see you all next week. But I wanted to tell you one thing first, or two things. The first time I stood up in Taiwan to teach in Chongyun University was in 2009. And I still feel the same way, and it's the reason that I love to teach. You know what it is? Well, man. I really love you young people, and it really makes me feel younger when I'm teaching you. And so, God bless you all, and I will see you next week. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I just say Sandi Jufu Niman. Amen. Okay, I'm signing. Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.